Good afternoon, Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this portion, which is the Members Matter portion. We are going to have some updates from the different IHLS and share departments, and then a short presentation. First of all, I would like to thank Tammy and the Centralia Regional Library for hosting us today. It is a lovely library, and also he stays in the background for the most part, but I want to thank Matt Caskey from IHLS, who makes all of this technology run smoothly for us. And without Matt being here, it would be a lot more stressful for all of us. So the first update that we have is from Ellen, who is going to give the IHLS general update.
Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to be here with you in person and with you virtually. So the fall seems to be a very busy time for us at the system, which is a good thing. There are a couple of things I want to bring to your attention. One is many of us are heading to Springfield next week for the Illinois Library Association conference. Among the events, the debut of this project, but also the ability to network with other people throughout the state. So we're looking forward to that. The next week on Halloween, our annual meeting will be hosted at the Edwardsville Hub in the afternoon. We're looking forward to a program that will showcase this project again, but also showcase two of the award winners from ILA that are members of IHLS, and that's Jill Pfeiffer will be there representing Illinois Library Presents, the programming opportunity that was put into place about 18 months ago for Illinois libraries to share programming across the board, and also the youth services staff at the Glen Carbon Public Library who received the Intellectual Freedom Award. They're going to be there and talk about their experiences, as well as Representative Kelly Stewart. So we're looking forward to that as well. System staff has had the opportunity, the very nice opportunity during this month, to participate in a very small part in the library crawl. We're so proud of the work all of you have done to put that together. It's just a lovely event, and hats off to all of you who are doing that for the citizens of Illinois. One of the biggest things that's on our radar currently is Public Act 1030100. And that is the act, and I pulled it up on my phone so I could share the correct verbiage. That is the act that ties funding for Illinois state library grants to libraries needing to have adopted the American Library Association's Bill of Rights or a similar policy. And I'm going to read you the language just so you hear it. State grants, book banning. In order to be eligible for state grants, a library or library system shall adopt the American Library Association's Library Bill of Rights that indicates materials should not be prescribed or removed because of partisan or doctrinal disapproval, or in the alternative, develop a written statement prohibiting the practice of banning books or other materials within the library or library systems. That act is currently being considered by the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules. It will come out of committee on October 25th. At that point in time, we will have a more clear understanding of how libraries comply with this. We are doing everything we can to have good information for you, some sample policies, information on the compliance. And for public libraries, this is especially important because this law goes into effect January 1st, which means libraries have to be compliant when they submit their per capita grant for next year. And that per capita grant is due at the end of January. So one thing I will ask, and there was a little blurb about this act in the newsletter that went out to all of you yesterday with some links in it, so you can look at it. One thing I'm going to ask all of you is when you're networking, when you're talking to your colleagues, please share this information, because we want to make sure that everybody has as much of a heads up about this as we can make happen. I am dreading a call on January 26th from somebody saying, I didn't know this. So the more broadly we can spread this information, the better off we can all be. I don't have a lot of clarity on, you know, I think it's just going to be a compliance statement that says, yes, you know, my library has adopted the Library Bill of Rights, or yes, we have a statement adopted by the board that says we will prohibit book banning. But until it gets out of JCAR, we won't know for sure. Any questions? And I hate to say that because I can't imagine I have really great answers. Okay, Kate, that's all I have.
Okay, on behalf of Jill Trevino, our HR director, I do have a couple of updates she wanted me to share. They are, or ILA, there is a petition to start an HR forum. And Jill let me know that as of earlier this week, they just needed 10 more signatures to meet the required amount to get that forum going. So she wanted to encourage everyone to go and sign that petition. HR is available for consulting. That is through the IHLS website as well. And Jill wanted me to remind everyone of that. If you need assistance with an HR matter, please just sign up for an appointment. And then also, they will be at a job fair on November 3rd in East St. Louis, where they will promote library jobs and listed on the IHLS job board. And if they're not able to come in person, they can make sure that your library job is posted on the job board, and to email Jill at hr@illinoisheartland.org if they have any questions. And now I'm going to ask Cassandra, can you give us a share update, please?
Hi, Kate. Thank you so much. So I'm happy to give a share update. We are so excited that we are in the very real stages of implementing the Aspen project with Bywater Solutions. They've been wonderful to work with. And so what we're doing now is doing data mapping to the catalog. They're starting to import data. We're looking at all of our settings, making sure they make sense. And we're starting to go through and learn about what is more of a system-wide change versus some things that you all can be doing on your own. For those of you that are share members, of making updates to your readers advisory content like lists or promoting events and some things like that. So we're really excited. Our first cohort group is on the schedule to go live on December 18th, but we're hoping to have your information to you well before then, so your staff and your teams can really have a chance to play with it and learn more about it. So we're really excited about that, and we'll have more information coming out soon. And one of the things that we're also working on is we had recently a series of town halls regarding fee increases for share membership. And so with that, we hope to, we got a lot of feedback from those groups and have some new ideas to better refine our proposals. And so we are going to be talking about that at the next Share Finance and Policy Committee meeting next month. And hopefully we'll have a more formal proposal and some information about what we're doing and why, and really taking that feedback that we got to make it more beneficial for you all as members, for share members. So those are some of the things that I am working on. I know, again, with the Aspen project, we've got our administrative services team, which is Dina Porter's team, and then also our bibliographic services team, which is Jennifer Baugh's team, working on database cleanup to make sure everything transitions in well. And so we're doing everything that we can on the front end to make sure that when we do transition, it's going to be a really nice, clean database. And the first cohort is a mix of our member libraries, but we did tend to lean towards some of our cataloging libraries because we're hoping that you're going to start to notice any data issues that are coming in and coming through weird. So you'll have a chance to reach out to us if we need to adjust some of our cataloging data on the back end. So that's where we're at with those projects. And if anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me directly.
Thank you. I know we have both Shandy and Carol from the Marketing and Communications Department here. Would you like to give an update?
Sure. sorry, Shandy and I both have updates. So for the first, just to let you know, those of you who are going to ILA next week, IHLS will have, we'll be there, as well as our various brands and divisions at booth 201. So please stop by, members. We have some special bags packed for you for, well, IHLS members. I don't know if we don't have share bags packed, do we?
Not bags, but yes, not bags, but share members will have a special gift from the share consortium as well.
Excellent. Yes. And iLead will be there if you have further questions, and the CMC. And so, yes, please stop by and say hi. Additionally, those of you who have been following our fun little project, our little advocacy project, the IHLS store, I just wanted to go ahead and let you know that I'm going to share so you can see we have some new fun designs and a little update as well here. I don't know if you can see this. Hang on, let me move this bar because it's bothering my ability. Okay, so we have our Member Day logo. I don't know if, I guess this is a soft launch of that logo.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, which, by the way, surprise. Since it was brought up, though, we have had a few people contact us worried that they missed the sign up for Member Day. So we have been like mentions of that, but we haven't made probably as big of a deal as maybe we should have. That is not going to be in the fall this time. It is going to be on February 8th. So save the day for Member Day on February 8th.
And if you want to get yourself hyped, yes, you can purchase the designs in our store. They're already up and available for purchase. There are various versions. So this one is just a single print space. There's a slightly more expensive version that you can get where it has, it's double-sided, it's labeled the double-sided one. And the difference is that you will see on the front, well, right there, a nice little, it's the Member Day 2024 thing. And then on the back, you have the print. And yes, additionally, we have a couple of other things. Shandy put this one together. This is to celebrate the passing of what is now Public Act 103-100, used to be HB 2789. So land of the free, to read, to think, to parent. Public Act 103-100 materials should not be prescribed or removed from the public or school library because of partisan or doctrinal disapproval. So very exciting. And then we also have to go along with the support school libraries. We have a support public libraries design. I'm not sure about that blue on the top there though, so I am actually working currently on one that might be a little bit more legible. And we have now topics, so you can go and kind of sort by, okay, I want to look at what's for Member Day. I want to see what's on the Freedom and Library Love, as well as some, branded items, or straightforwardly branded items, I should say. I just got one of these skeleton shirts for spooky season, so yeah. And that's all I've got, but Shandy has something, so I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. Not that, and turn it over to Shandy.
Yes. So IHLS, as Ellen mentioned, will be at the ILA annual conference next week. The exhibit hall is open on Tuesday and Wednesday at various times that you'll find in your program. We will be at booth number 201. Someone had asked us to repeat that. And starting today, we have launched our triennial member survey. So every 3-ish years, we try to reach out to our members and get some specific details on what we're trying to find out is which of our services are valuable to different people, like who's finding what services valuable, where should we put our resources in the coming years, and what continuing education topics do you guys need us to cover? So how we're really looking for what are our members' current needs and how can we help fill those? So what are we doing right and what can we do a little differently or add in the next few years? So That just went out by email this morning for anyone who is subscribed to our IHLS official business list. If you did not receive it, but you get the newsletter, go ahead and I guess first at the bottom of that newsletter, there's like a change your preferences button, and make sure you're subscribed to the official business letter, because that's where like the ballot comes out and surveys like this come out. But second, if you go ahead and email us at communications@illinoisheartland.org, and I put that in the chat, I can go ahead and send you a copy of that email so that you can get it. We'll also be posting a link to that on our website. It is not there yet, but I do expect it to be there by the end of the day. So by the end of the day, you'll find that there. If you are among the first 25 or so people, I'm starting to think maybe we should add more. Maybe it should be more than 25. Maybe it should be 30 or 35. We'll see. But anyway, if you are one of the first 25 people to, at least 25 people to complete the survey, we're going to send you some of our custom stickers. You may have seen them at the booths. We have a collection of stickers now, so we'll send you a whole collection of those. And you'll also be entered to, and anyone who completes the survey will get in the completion confirmation, you'll get a link to enter a drawing for a $50 gift card to the IHLS spreadshirt shop that Carol showed you. So you can pick out a couple items for you, or you could, gift it to a patron if you want to do it that. But hey, get yourself something with that gift card. So please go ahead and do that. That will only be open through the first week in November. So that's like Friday, November 3rd. If you already completed it and that screen went away, that confirmation message went away before you're able to get that email to sign up for the drawing, I am so sorry. I've changed how that pops up so that people will just be redirected to the page, so that won't be an issue for future people. But if that was a problem for you, go ahead and email communications@illinoisheartland.org too, and I will get you in that drawing. So, thank you so much.
Thank you for the update, Carol and Shandy. Now I'm going to turn it over to Colleen to give a delivery update.
Hello. I have a few items. Just first and foremost, as always, we are always running low on tubs. So if you have any extras, please send them back with your drivers. That's something we seem to always be running out of. If you are a larger volume library out of our Edwardsville hub, you may have noticed the new style of delivery tubs we're switching towards. So we've rolled out a couple of those with the largest volume libraries. And then when we receive our next shipment here in the next month, we'll be working on the rest of the libraries in Edwardsville. So stay tuned for information. They are just a little bit different than the normal tubs. They're a little bit sturdier and more water resistant. And there's a particular way to put the lid on. Once you get used to it, it's easy, but at first it seems a little difficult. So just be aware of that. And our goal is over the next few years to transition to those tubs fully across all 3 tubs. They're just a lot more expensive, so it's going to take some time to get them changed out. So the next reminder about the help desk. I wanted to just remind everyone, we do have a help desk there on the delivery website, which is illinoisheartland.org/delivery. And right there on the top bar, that's where you can submit any type of questions, comments, anything at all. Please go ahead and submit that there, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. The only other thing I wanted to mention about tubs, just a reminder to not overfill those. I know that sometimes we get them in and they do seem to be a little bit heavier than 40 pounds. And then also that messes with the integrity of the tub. So sometimes if they get filled too high and then the lid starts to break down, and that we've had a big issue with our Rubbermaid tubs currently, that they're breaking a lot quicker than we can replace them. So, and then the last item I wanted to mention was about the automated material handling system. That's something that we have been working on for a while now. We have a working group researching into options, and we have now signed an agreement with the consultant to help us develop the request for proposal. So that's our next step. We're working with him closely to research all the options we need. And then once we release that RFP, which we're hoping to do in January, we'll get a good cost together, and then we can determine the return on investment for that and if it's worth moving forward on or not. With preliminary numbers, with the request for information, it was looking promising and we were planning to move forward, but that was quite some time ago. So we'll see how much prices have changed with all the inflation that's going on. So I do want to mention informally, obviously we haven't made any decision with that, with the barcodes or anything like that. But if you're looking at changing your barcodes, and we do move forward with the automated material handling system, it would be extremely helpful if your items are on the outside of your materials. They do not have to be in a specific spot at all, like top, bottom, or back or front of the item, but the materials will be scanned through this machine and it will automatically read on the top or the bottom. So that's how items will be able to be read through that system. So if we do decide to move forward, we will have formal guidance at that time to have the labels on the outside of items. And I know we're researching options about barcode duplicators and whether or not you would be interested in having IHLS staff re-barcode those for you. So in the future, we'll probably either do another survey or maybe be reaching out to libraries individually to figure out what you would like to do with your materials if you do have them on the inside. So that won't be until spring and later until we decide the cost information on that automated material handling system. I will post on here to our link to the website where all that information about the AMH is out there. So does anybody have any questions for me? Yes, Sarah, good point. Not on the book spine. Please don't do that. Yes, only on the top or the bottom of the item.
Thank you, Colleen. And Cassandra, can you go ahead and unmute and what you said in the chat, go ahead and say that verbally?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I forgot. We had been working on a special event at ILA, and when Shandy and Carol had mentioned our booths, I realized I had forgot to say something. So it's the 10th anniversary of the eRead Illinois program, and so we're having an anniversary celebration on Tuesday evening, kind of a reception event on the North Terrace at 5:30. And so we're going to be just having a lot of fun. It's a great networking opportunity. There will be snacks and maybe some drinks. And so it's going to be a great party. So if anybody's going to ILA, we'd love to see you there as well.
Thank you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Pam Thomas from the Cataloging Maintenance Center to tell us all about a new exciting initiative that they have.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Yep. Okay. Yes. So we are starting the Mobile Memory Lab, or MML as we like to call it. Kat Anderberg, our metadata cataloger, is going to be making site visits. The first one is going to be Marshall Public Library on November 3rd, Sparta on November 15th, and then Alton on November 18th for digitization days. Try to say that 3 times really fast. It could be fun for everyone. So patrons are going to bring their historical items to be scanned, digitized, and added to the library's collection, and then uploaded to the Illinois Digital Archives, or the IDA database, which is hosted and maintained by the Illinois State Library. This is the first phase of the Mobile Memory Lab. Other site visits will be scheduled for next year. This is a pilot project to provide a traveling lab to foster community participation in local history preservation and digitization efforts. And we hope the IHLS Mobile Memory Lab will become an innovative model for engaging the public in local history preservation efforts. So community members are encouraged to bring letters, diaries, photographs, and small objects for digitization at the Mobile Memory Lab events. And Kat will assist the library partners by providing equipment and archival training. As the historical items are being digitized by Kat, library patrons will be asked to provide important information such as date, location, backstory, and historical significance. In addition, she will give the participants archival storage tips. And after each digitization day program, Kat will curate a collection for each partner library. add it to the Illinois Digital Archives website, and email the IDA collection link to the library patrons. And libraries are handling registrations for these events in-house. And I'm just going to give a little plug to the CMC. We are starting our new round of 2-week focus on cataloging classes starting the end of this month, and those are in L2. And we've started our Online with the CMC webinars. Those are the second Thursday every month at 10 o'clock, except for February, because that's when the Members Matter, or members, sorry. What is it? What's February 8th, guys? Shandy just mentioned it. Member Day. Ugh. Sorry. Too
We're
many
all
insomnia
reaching for the
nights.
mute buttons too. We're like,
I
we can't
know.
respond to her.
I'm sorry. Brain fart. I think that's all that I have. Does anybody have any questions about the MML? No. And I put our website and our email address if anybody has any questions.
And I have a question, Pam.
Sure.
How are you identifying partner libraries? Should libraries get in contact with you if they want to be one? Are you accepting more right now?
Leslie Zavaduke filled out the grant. It is a grant. And she contacted libraries ahead of time before applying for the grant. And then we reached out to them after we received the grant to confirm, yes, this is going to happen. And then Kat scheduled days with them. We are in the process of applying for a different grant that would be a 2-year project. And Leslie Zavaduke has also identified 11 libraries that could be interested in doing that as well. But if a library is interested, we could probably do some more in 2024. And yeah, they could reach out to me about that. Sure, good question.
Yeah. Okay, and then our last update would be from membership. I know we have Anna and Ellen and myself, and I know we have been talking a lot already, and my presentation is mine. So before we start with the short presentation, does anyone, and feel free to turn on your video and ask or unmute yourself, or anyone in the room, any questions for any of us about any updates that we've given? Okay, if you think of something, don't hesitate to ask. And then, okay, and now Matt is gonna start my presentation. So as many of you know, I am new to this position. I just started back in May, and I am really excited to be the continuing education coordinator for you all. It's just, I cannot overstate how much I enjoy working for all of you and how I really am committed to making meaningful continuing education opportunities. And so part of that is that continuing education doesn't exist in a vacuum. And I really would like to hear member feedback from how we can strengthen IHLS continuing education's program. And so I have a proposal for a working group that I would like you to consider becoming involved with, or some of your staff to consider becoming involved with. Okay, so the mission and purpose would be to just provide me with feedback and some trends and issues that are affecting public libraries. This working group will be public library specific. Leah Gregory, our school library membership liaison, and I work to support school libraries. And then we do have special and academic libraries. And right now, public libraries are, one of our largest populations that we serve, and there are ways that I think we can expand what we offer. So they would advise on trends and issues affecting public libraries, recommend topics and speakers for programs, workshops, etc. So ideally, the committee composition would be myself and 9 staff from member libraries. 3 people in administration positions. Doesn't necessarily have to be library directors. It could be managers. It could be branch managers, somebody in a leadership role within the library. 3 youth services staff and 3 frontline or circulation staff. Geographic diversity is very important. And I look at this map of IHLS a lot, pretty much every day. And I love that it's on the back of our business cards, because one of the things that I'm constantly reminding myself is just how large of a service area that we have and how different everyone's libraries are. And so it's very important to me that this committee have representation from all different geographic areas within IHLS. So because I know that we are all super busy people with lots of things on our plates already, I would like this committee member commitment to be as low stress and low key as possible. So initially, I'm hoping that 4 people will volunteer for a 3-year term and then 5 for a 2-year term. And just to kind of stagger that in order for there to be some continuity as people roll off of the committee. But definitely a term limit to the committee. So if you sign up, it's not a lifetime commitment. And then also there'd be 4 virtual meetings a year: January, April, July, and October. So most importantly, if you or one of your staff would be interested, bring a desire to help others in the profession gain skills and knowledge. We are all here to lift each other up and support each other. What this working group isn't. So Share does a fabulous job, and the CMC does a fabulous job with their continuing education. There's circulation classes, there's cataloging classes and barcoding courses. So this is not Share continuing education. This is Illinois Heartland. So we are focusing on, like, with the front line, it's going to be not Polaris and what skills you need. However, as Cassandra mentioned to me, if you have any suggestions, please reach out to Share staff with those. But the frontline staff would be things like customer service or, handling different issues on the people side of things. Share does a great job with the technology. And then also wanted to make it very clear that this committee would be an advisory committee, and you do not have to speak publicly or present yourself. However, if you'd like to, that's always a possibility, and I'm totally open to that. But if you want to advise, please don't think that the next thing I'm going to be doing is saying, well, you're going to give this presentation at ILA. No. I want your ideas. And then lastly, here is my contact information. Like I said, I really want to, I'm very excited to be the continuing education coordinator. I've loved taking over the Members Matter and the Third Thursday CE. And I see areas that I think that we can expand, and I really want members to be a part of that growth. So if you are interested, or if you have staff that you think would be good for this, here's my contact information, and please reach out to me. Thank you, Matt, for running the slideshow. And then, yeah, I think it's about 11:30. Does anyone have anything else that they would like to ask, mention for anybody?
So Kate, just so everyone knows, in the chat, I just posted a little 39-second infomercial video that I created for you so that you can see the different avatars and hear some different voices. And again, have included the information for contacting us and scheduling that visit.
Excellent. Thank you, Leanne. I know I'm excited to watch that video. That is so neat. Also a little bit scary how quickly AI is developing, and how realistic those avatars looked. So I want to thank Anna and Leanne again for presenting. I know I'm not even a trustee or a library director, and I'm super excited about the trustee training portal. And I hope that you all are too. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you to everyone who joined us in person and all of you who are joining us online today. And I look forward to seeing you all next month. So thank you, everyone.